Hello everyone, I'm Nelly. I hope you're having a lovely week. At the moment, I am a bit sick, so I was thinking I can make a relaxed video about some things I do with my doll collection. I would love to know your experiences as well. Let's start. As you can see, I'm not alone today. I invited Teresa, Barbie, and Christy. Hello everyone! So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the topic. Doll collecting is my biggest hobby. Some things that I like to do with it are doll rooms like this one. I like to redress my dolls. I like to restyle their hair from time to time. Sometimes I even like to repaint them. And when I watch a Barbie / Monster High piece of media, I like to take some dolls with me. For example, recently I rewatched Barbie and the Three Musketeers, and if you know, the draft of the movie includes Christy, Teresa, and the actress that played Melody in the Diamond Castle as the Three Musketeers along with Barbie. And I feel like it's a shame that they didn't utilize the actress part of like the Barbie universe, because if you remember, they also had bloopers and these kind of cool things. Well, I just do it for myself. Like in my mind, I'm like, okay, one of the girls from the Three Musketeers is Teresa, the other one is Christy, and the other one is Midge. Midge is not even like, she has no reason to be in this context, but for me, I kind of like it. So sometimes I just take existing universe from Barbie and make it my own. And because I'm not that focused on that era of Barbie dolls specifically, I still very much enjoy the movies. I don't have the Barbie and the Three Musketeers dolls. But then I just took actually these three girls, Teresa, Barbie, and Christy, along with Midge, and just put them next to me and watching the movie. And actually they look very alike, because the animation of Barbie is based on like, I mean, this time was a transitional time, but usually with Barbie movies, like the early ones from 2000 till around 2010, they were very reminiscent of the early 2000s dolls, because when they started changing the animation, they still had that similar images when it comes to doll faces and the characters' faces. So for me, I kind of tried to mimic that style, like having dolls with a screening of the early 2000s and just reimagining them like other characters. And yeah, I mean, I still very much like the dolls from that era, but I do prefer the earlier ones. In a way, I take pre-existing doll media from Barbie, and I keep some, but then I add some. In a way, it makes sense, because Barbie can be so inconsistent, as we all know, when it comes to her universe. So yeah, with Monster High, I don't do that all that much, because it's quite clear, like the media. I'm not saying there are not plot holes, but all in all, you have more solid, constant characters, I think. I'm talking about G1, but then Barbie is around us for decades, and Monster High was only for 6 years, G1 I mean. And yeah, so of course, if a brand grows so much more in this decade, it's I guess it just changes constantly to keep up with the times. As I said in a previous video, what I like to do with my dolls is to buy one Teresa, for example. That will be the main Teresa, which is this one that I have here, because she was my first Larissa, and then to buy dapples because we really love how they look, and sometimes actually they can look so different from one another that you cannot even say it's the same person or character. And basically I like to make them, if I'm not really in love with a movie doll, which that came later on actually, like for example in how was it called, Island Princess, yeah. I love that movie, I love the animation, it's just great, but the doll of Ro, at least, it just doesn't look like the animation. So yeah, I feel like with that example I can just take a doll from the early 2000s that looks like that animation better. I can just transform it, and I saw it on other creators. They did an absolute amazing job at doing that, and I also do that with my dolls, but it's so nice to see it on others because it inspires you, for example, what doll to use, and it's very creative, and that brings me a lot of peace when I can have something tangible that resembles something from my childhood, because some of the dolls from the Barbie cinematic universe look very close to the characters, and that's very nice. You can tell that, oh yeah, in the face it looks very similar. But later on, I feel like in the late 2000s, like Barbie had a temporary face mold, I think around 2007, and then I don't know, it didn't suited the movie style that was at the time. But anyway, I digress. And in that way it helps me also to budget, because I am a collector on a budget. I do not have a lot of money to spare, and some movie dolls can get really pricey. So actually it's very nice when I can just say, oh, okay, I'm just gonna try to make a custom myself, and sometimes it's not perfect, and it took me a while till I got to a level where I could say, oh yeah, I'm happy with how it looks. It takes practice really, and I'm not perfect at it now, and I don't think it's about making it perfect. I think it's about the sentiment of making something that you enjoy and it gives you peace when you look at it, and that's how I try to see it. And I try to tame my perfectionist side when I create something. So yeah, sometimes when I'm anxious, I also like to just play with the doll's hair, especially if it's very long and smooth. But even when I'm not anxious, I just like it. It's like if I talk with someone that is close to me and I like it's a cozy vibe, then I can just grab a doll and like play with the hair, and it relaxes me. And then I start talking about dolls because I have a special ability when I'm in a conversation that is not necessarily about dolls. Somehow, I don't know how I get on the topic, but I just make a connection and I start talking about dolls, and yeah, it's people in my life joke about it, but it's nice. It's really nice to talk about dolls, and people in my life also enjoy it, so that's good. And of course, making videos also makes me very happy. It's like, for me, I love my hobby, but a part that is very important as well is to share with other people. So with this platform and my Instagram account, I feel like I can share it. And of course, I'm at the beginning, but it's quite nice to be able to say, okay, this Tuesday I'm gonna do this project, and then on Friday I'm gonna do this chit chat, and just makes me so happy and so blissful really, because I get this feeling of peace when I'm working on this, and I know that I'm sharing something with some people that are interested in the same thing. So that helps my well-being, and to be able to talk about my main hobby, which is of course doll collecting. And yeah, I'm so happy I can get dolls and do this kind of things, creative things, and I have the bravery, because for years I used to think, oh, but I'm actually not that good at it now, so why do I do it for? But in a way, I try to adopt the mindset that it's okay. I mean, probably when I'm gonna start something new to me, I'm not gonna be very good, or maybe I am, who knows, depending on the situation. But most of the time when you start something new, it's most likely that you'll have to learn. And I feel like if I wouldn't give myself the opportunity to learn, like, I would literally do nothing with my hobby, because I was at the time where I just postponed. I was like, oh, maybe when that will happen, or the other thing. And like, it took me years to just like say, I want a YouTube channel and I want to do this. And I'm so happy I started. And as I said, it gives me a lot of peace to know that I can share this with people online. And it's just so fun. And I feel like a part of the collecting and finding like peace in this hobby and relaxation is to not take it so seriously all of the time, to be like, okay, like, of course I'm gonna do my best, but then there will be space to learn. I mean, that's what I'm doing, at least. All in all, I think for today this is it. I really enjoy talking freely about this, and I'm very curious. Tell me about your experiences. What do you do? How do you use doll collecting to relax yourself, or to just feel better in a day? I would like to know. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please appreciate the video, comment of course, and consider subscribing. I wish you a lovely week. Bye bye!